Hello, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Well, I'll be bringing to you my predictions for this week, midweeks, 5-6 games, week 20. Stay tuned. Perfect, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and if you're new to this, hit that subscribe button. I'm doing pretty well on my predictions, and my subscribe count is pretty going up, so hit that subscribe button. It's actually looking pretty well. A lot more people are watching this show than this stuff than I really would have imagined, so thank you very much for actually watching. It means a lot. So yeah, there's only 5 games on. I think it's week 21 plus, just or week 22, just for teams really to catch up on the games that they missed or got postponed for obvious reasons. So obviously these are my predictions for these games. It's going to be a short one. If you're suspecting a lot of information, which I don't really think what I say really helps in the grand scheme of things, but anyway, as I said, there's a few games on this week, Wednesday night, and the first one is Orlando. I was going to say Colorado again. Orlando against Columbus Crew. Two teams that are very good. Columbus Crew beat Philadelphia, which was a bit of a surprise because I thought Philadelphia would have drew in that game, but they lost at the last minute to a goalkeeping error, which was pretty annoying. I did predict 1-1. It was going that way, but anyway, this stuff happens. Orlando, they beat Montreal, which was pretty impressive. Which what I did expect myself. I don't think I expected 1-0, but I knew Orlando was a better team than Montreal. Montreal aren't really that great. So, who's probably favourites? Colorado. There, I said it. Orlando are probably the favourites. Columbus Crew are probably with Nagby are kind of my dark horse favourites coming into this one. They look more secure. It's like Nagby is playing, they're winning. Nagby is playing, they're winning. Nagby got injured, they kind of got through it, and then they lost their way. And then Nagby came back and they beat probably the best team in the MLS at the moment. So you kind of think Nagby's a far more important player in MLS when you think about it and compared to others. I know a lot of people would score goals and create goals, but I think Darren Nagby is probably that player, is just that perfect midfielder who just basically gets your team over the line and wins games quite easily. So it is a tricky one. Orlando are probably a great team with Dyke now scoring goals every turnabout. Now they're coming up against Columbus Crew team at home. Orlando should get this one. I'm not too sure. I do think another draw is probably on the cards, so I'm going to go for like a 1-1 draw. The two teams are pretty well matched. Two teams who can score, and funnily enough, now Orlando can defend. So yeah, I'm going to go for like a 1-1 draw. It's just going to be that. It's going to be a tight game. The next one is Minnesota against Chicago Fire. Minnesota are probably, I like Minnesota this season. Chicago Fire are surprising at the moment. They're 20th in the league, whereas Minnesota are 12th. Where are Chicago 15th in the form, and where Minnesota is 14th. So nothing too shabby about Minnesota. As you can see, are the favourites coming into this game. I do agree. I do think they are more capable of winning this game. They won their last 2 games, which was against Colorado and Cincinnati, which isn't not to be sneezed at, but there were 2 games that you would expect them to be winning. Whereas Chicago Fire have only won 1 game in the last 6, which isn't impressive. And they drew against Nashville away from home, and they got beat by Philadelphia, which isn't a bad thing. They're coming up against the Minnesota team. I do think they're going to probably win this one 2-1. I think Minnesota are the favourites going into this game, just for the fact that they're at home, and Chicago Fire haven't really won a game in the last 4 games, whereas Minnesota are better. They're just a better team. The next one is Nashville against FC Dallas. I like Nashville at the moment. They, as I said, they are a better team defending. Nashville probably conceding. They've got 43 percentage of their games have been clean sheets, which is pretty impressive for when you think Columbus, who have a very good clean sheet, which is the exact same. They are joint top with the clean sheets with Columbus in 43. So they have a really good defense. It's just scoring goals, which is their unfortunate problem. So they're in the last 8 games they scored over at least 1.6 goals. So come up against a stout team as in FC Dallas, who can probably nick a result on a day. They're coming up who beat Houston, which I didn't expect, but I thought it was like 1-0 or 2-0. But you know, I got it right again. So coming into this game, I think Minnesota are probably going to be the favourites winning this game. But you know, FC Dallas can't be just, you know, waved away. I think FC Dallas is probably going to get a good game into this. I do think it's going to be a tight one. FC Dallas look impressive, which is weird. So I think I'm going to go for like a 1-0 win to FC Dallas. You know, I do see them winning ugly in this game, and they can do it. It's just, can they do it consistently? So yeah, I'll go for that 1-0. The second last one is now Portland Timbers against Colorado Rapids. Yes, I said it correctly, the right team correctly this time. So yes, pat on the back for me. Portland are probably rightfully the favourites coming into this game, even though Colorado beat Seattle, which was a complete utter surprise to probably everybody, even in Colorado, which is, to be fair. Colorado are 18th in the league at the moment, and they are in the last 8 games, they are 9th, and Seattle was 8th. Seems about right. And they're coming up against the Portland Timbers team, who are top in the last 8 farm games. So when you think about it, Portland Timbers are probably the favourites coming into this one. I would suspect a 3-0 win. They are scoring a lot of goals now, and you kind of see when they play, there's a lot more fun in their game. And so yeah, Portland Timbers look good at the moment, and they're starting to get form at the right moment. So you maybe a good bit of thing to put money on them to get to the final, at least, of the MLS Cup. But you know, that's for another day, next week. Don't even know when it is. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, 3-0. And the last game is LA Galaxy coming up against the Seattle Sounders, who are pissed off that getting beat by Colorado. So I think Seattle Sounders probably will win this. As you can tell, huge favourites to win this game again away in LA Galaxy, even though LA Galaxy won their last game, which is quite of a shock against Real Salt Lake. Or was that kind of a shock? Anyway, they're good at home. Well, surprisingly at home. In the forums, they are LA Galaxy are 23rd, so that's not pretty good at all. Come up against Seattle, as I said, they're 8th. Coming into this, you see, the last get away. Where is Seattle? Seattle are 9th in the last 8 games away. They've won 3, drew 2, and lost 3. Whereas LA Galaxy, the last 8 at home, are 19th. Won 4, drew 0, and lost 4. Scored 13 goals and conceded 18. Not good. Let's see what was Seattle's. They scored 12 and conceded 10. So if that's any help. Do you think Seattle should win this one? It's probably going to be a weird one. I think it's going to be a tight game, so I'm going to go for like a 2-1 win. Seattle are a better team than LA Galaxy, that's for sure. So yeah, Seattle Sounders 2-1. Again, those are my predictions. Hope you enjoyed them. As again, if you gotten this far, thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, it means a lot to see this channel actually doing pretty well. And I hope to see you on the next one. Toodles, bye.